How's it going, everyone? It's time for another Battlefield 3 loadout to play as military force from somewhere around the world. And today's loadout is based on Sweden's Tier 1 Special Forces, the SOG. I actually wasn't familiar with the SOG until that Medal of Honor Warfighter game. The SOG were actually formed pretty recently in 2011, with it being the combination of Sweden's SSG and SIG forces. That Warfighter game has an awesome character model for the SOG Special Ops class, with that Viking looking guy with that big manly beard. We don't have any options to configure our character with a beard in Battlefield 3, but let's take a look at the weapons and equipment setup that we can use to play as a Swedish SOG operator in game. Sweden currently use the AK-5 assault rifle, which is their own version of the FN-FNC. Unfortunately, we don't have either of these rifles available in Battlefield 3, but we can kind of make a cross-link to the G3A3. Sweden used to use the AK-4, which was their own Swedish-made version of the HK-G3. So we'll go for that in-game to represent the AK-5, and set up the attachments to represent the current AK-5C variant. In plenty of pictures of SOG, we see the AK-5s used with an aim-point red dot sight. We could use the allied version of the red dot sight for our G3, but it doesn't really match the aim-point in terms of appearance. So instead I've gone with the PKA-S scope from the Russian side, which is their version of the holographic sight, so it's still got that minimal zoom level, but it looks much more like the body of the aim-point red dot sight in real life. Then the AK-5C variant, used by Swedish Armed Forces, is described as having a series of improvements over the original AK-5. Amongst a list of other modifications, we've got a forward vertical grip, as well as a new flash suppressor, so we'll go with these two attachments for our second and third choices on our G3. Another standard issue weapon for Sweden's armed forces is the Pistol 88, which is their own version of the Glock 17. So we'll go with that G17C for our sidearm in our Swedish SOG loadout. So moving on, let's finish off this loadout with a look at some of the gadget specialisations and of course the camo. We're using the assault kit to run that G3A3, so we'll just stick with the plain old medic kit and defibrillator. Being a Scandinavian military force means that the Swedish SOG will be expert skiers and well trained in ski warfare. So to represent this in our Battlefield 3 loadout, we'll go with the sprint specialisation, with it being an obscure link to the fact that skis make it much faster and easier to cross snowy environments. And that sprint specialisation in Battlefield 3 allows you to run faster and much further. Hopefully we'll see a snow map in that end game DLC. And who knows, maybe we'll see some skis as a gadget or equipment choice in a future Battlefield title. And to finish off these loadouts, we always take a look at a camo pattern to apply to our character. Sweden used the M90 Camouflage pattern, which is a bunch of like shard shapes in various bright green tones. So the closest we can get in Battlefield 3 is one of those premium camos, specifically the one named Berkut camo for the Russian side. While it doesn't have those large shard shapes, it does have quite a similar colour scheme. So at least it'll match our SOG loadout, at least when we're fighting for the Russian side. So that's about it for the Swedish SOG loadout for Battlefield 3. Give it a try and let me know your thoughts. As always, if you like the loadout, learned anything new or just enjoyed my video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up just to help spread the word and share the video with your friends. Other than military themed loadouts, let me know if you can think of any special setup that might be a particularly good fit for that endgame DLC. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.